Am I a child? I absolutely am a child. I absolutely sleep with a stuffed animal. I love Snoopy. Actually, Charles Schultz is one of the first like celebrity dead people because my dad abused him. My dad was his electric guy along with Prince in Minneapolis. And so he came, I didn't even know that he was on the spectrum, and he came to me and he's been with me ever since. And so I love everything Snoopy. So, anyways, I like to advocate for those that can no longer advocate for themselves or weren't able to in their time of need, right? Especially considering the times, like we're talking about back in the 60s and stuff. So, anyways, salud. We're going to go ahead and cleanse the energy. We are profiling. It was going to be the um, three serial killers in the family. But apparently there's a lot more. I don't know if they're serial or if they're just accomplices. So I've been actually asked to profile the whole family. So I do have those questions that I put into ChatGPT. And we will be diving into those like for evidence-based readings. But right now we are going to profile the entire, like the family, the shenanigans, the pastors, all that other stuff, because there's going to be a lot of information, I think, that comes in that like ties people. And it just gives people a baseline of who they're actually dealing with versus what they present out in public, right? Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to take you through the process. And it hopefully will spark some interest in you, knowing that this is something that you can do. Also, we're not going to be using the tarot with this. I've got an animal deck. I have an archetype deck. I have the animal deck. And then I have the fairy deck, which a lot of people are like, fairies? And I'm like, oh yeah. The fairies, this is actually a double deck of it. And this is probably one of my most useful profiling tools, working with the fairies. So, or the fae, I guess. I didn't believe in this crap, but I don't know if I necessarily, well, I can't say that. I actually do. They will mess with you. They will hide your cards. Right, you're tapping into, it's all alchemy. So yes, I do believe in fairies, and I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud on the internet, on the Googles. But I am telling you, just as a deck, everything is in theory, right? Everything is, if I can believe in an entity, if I can believe in Satan, if I can believe in Jesus, I can believe in fairies. Okay. Um, again, I don't believe in anything until it proves itself to me. So when you work with this deck, you might start getting orbs around you. Like I said, they're very, very mischievous. So taking, like, I know something was there, and you look for it for like 3 days, and then it's sitting back there. Yeah, so they definitely, there's a little bit of magic in there. Even though I'm talking to grown people here, like, this stuff is actually real. Like now for me, with the star seeds and the galactic, all the other stuff, I really don't buy into that, even with reincarnation. But I also have to put a nod to it, right? Because me, at the age that I am and the things that I just pick up so well, I know that it's like I pick up something and I just feel like I've done it my entire life. And I do believe that, we bring those memories with us, because there are some things that I'm like typing, can't wrap my mind around it. I can try and try and try, or math, but then there's some things where I've never done it before, and I'm like a savant. So I do believe that and I do believe in eugenics, right, and DNA and hereditary things, and especially if you come from a long line of people that were domestic, you might be really good at cooking, those types of things, right? Those are spiritual gifts that we generational gifts. So yeah, now I'm in the family. Can you understand? You see my tone? I'm in a different energy. It's like, oh, and I'm getting like burps and spit, and like there's just a lot of, oh, there's a lot going on right now. I'm getting a hissing. I had a giant snake on me today, for the first time in a very long time. Very, very triggering. Very, like, I'll show a photo. I was crying. They were like, just stop. Like, can you like just give us a smile? I'm like, ah. But it was facing a very big fear of mine. Right. So to have that on me today, like just totally, but it was like an adrenaline rush. Like I got this huge download about someone that I know. I guess that's coming up in here because thank you. I appreciate the apology. And yeah. Okay. So we are gonna break this up. I was gonna try and do it. I'm like, no, because we need the views, right? Girl's trying to get monetized, baby. It's not a big deal. It's just like, it's been so long. I have 860 videos. And people are like, I don't even go, oh, I'm shadow banned or this, that, and the other. Well, I was undercover, right? So I couldn't blow up. And not a lot of people, you know, tarot, again, coming from the church community, I'm like, I didn't even know. I was like, I am going to be struck by lightning watching tarot on YouTube. Like, I had no idea. I had no idea I was being recruited. and you are being recruited, because if you step into my energy, I know what spiritual gifts you possess. So, all right, it's like the fairies don't want to leave my hand, but we are going to start out with archetype. Okay. I wanted to go with this. I don't want to say I want to find the box, because it's bestiary. I don't want to like get flagged, because I keep wanting to say another word. Ooh. Okay. Now I'm getting the funk. I'm getting the ick. Okay. So we are going to go with everybody that's watching me looking for the goods. We're going to start with the original and only daughter, like biological daughter. She's been hiding in the wings, right? Hiding over the pond. And no more. Okay, let's go ahead and clear this energy. So, again, we are profiling. I want to get a question. I do. I want to get nosy, but I think a lot's going to come out. So, hello, welcome. If you're new here, 7 minutes in, my name is Mara. I'm a psychic, investigative medium, profiler, all the good stuff. And yeah, we're just going to dive right in. So if you're still here, I need a little rant. It's like, what, 3 in the morning or something like that. Like I said, this is a really big moon, y'all. This is a really big, this portal energy. When we talk about portals, I know I'm spitting on you, is a manifestation. Like, just see what Donald Trump does this week, or already has been, right? Like the obfuscation, whatever, with the Obama and all this other stuff. Why? Because his like, he's screwed with Uranus, or is it Uranus, whatever, going into Gemini, right? That's why he had that big, beautiful bill passed on the day that Venus went into Gemini, which is his sign, because he knows the rest of his elections, or I was going to say the rest of his election. That's interesting, psychic slip, is screwed, right? So he's trying to like obfuscate all this other stuff, because this is the manifestation portal. This is like what everybody's doing right now. You know, like we've already stepped into it. So what have you started, right? Because here's the thing. This is the beautiful thing about the astrology of this week, right? Because we're in the middle of a Leo Mercury retrograde, right? So the people that didn't start, this is where you have to know your timing, because you do not start a new project during Mercury retrograde. We just went into Saturn retrograde. So everything that you've been doing since the last Saturn retrograde is about to hit you in the ass. And then everything you were doing with the last Mercury retrograde is about to hit you in the ass. And here's the thing is, if you want to start something new, it's going to be fucked. So you had to get all of your stuff done. That's where people are like, oh, well, I had my shit done like a couple weeks ago, right? Because I'm going through the shoot. You can't touch it. It's already been done, right? I don't do things. I work. I float downstream, right? So anything you start, any ideas, this, that, and the other, trying to like, anything you got going on is what you're about to manifest in the next 7 days. With the full moon and the 888 port. I don't care if you don't believe it. Don't believe it. Watch next year. Portal to portal, baby. That sounded kind of dirty. I'm like, should we stop it here? I think we're going to stop it here, so that you kind of just get a baseline of what we're doing. I'm going to check and make sure the audio is good. And then we're going to punch through with the first profile. Okay? All right. Bye.